We say, Morgan, you know this reggae song? Bushman sing the song. I'm on a lion, I'm on a vegetarian. And the hungry lion that, where I'm on a vegetarian.
Why they get me that trouble?
You say all the best to that the lion there. But don't take him to heart. Number one of there. Anyway. Hey.
Oh man. Oh man. Big up all of the Rasta man them out there, all lion, all lioness. We love and respect and rate to them. Yeah man.
Hey. Anyway. Me tell me listen to them so we're gonna get a laugh when Beauregard come in and me tell them. Anyway, that's that. So we just want to say welcome to our guest, and our guest is JoJo Mac Mackenzie. Good afternoon, JoJo.
Good afternoon, Miss Kelly. You all have me cracking up. And I was thinking the same thing, that Rasta lion eat grass.
There's a distinct difference. Anyway, so first of all, welcome to the bridge and also Irie Jam Radio. So we're streaming to the tri-state as we speak. So our co-host is Beauregard, and he that's the gentleman you heard me talking to.
Right.
He's also going to be asking you questions. All right.
Good afternoon,
Definitely.
JoJo.
Good afternoon, Beauregard.
Right. Okay. So while researching, the first thing I said to Troy, who was the one who first gave me a song from JoJo Mac, and who asked for this interview, the first thing I said to him is that I would love to talk to JoJo Mac and find out more about her, because the song that he gave me is an awesome song. So let us go back. Tell us about from early days, where you're from in Jamaica, and all of that, how you got into the music.
Well, I'm out of Kellett's, Clarendon in Jamaica. You know, a little town off of Kellett's they call it Comsey. So that's where I'm from. I was born in St. Catherine at the hospital, but as soon as my band them came straight to Comsey, so I'm straight out of Comsey. And I've been singing since I was a little girl in church actually. Always singing in church. At 3 years old, I would cry to go sing before the pastor preach. So it became a thing, you know. Yeah, it became a thing. And fast forward into high school. I went to Dunoon Technical High School, and while I was there, I actually won like a segment of Tasty Talent Contest, I was supposed to do a song with Tough Gang after I did that, after the effort, but that never worked out. We're going to have to ask Sangy Davis about that one day.
But it didn't work out. We want to talk about it, although it never worked out. But let Beauregard ask you his question.
Well, to follow up, what led to the production of that song?
Well, actually, it's a long story, and it's a very complicated story because, apparently, I remember going to Tough Gang when they were up by Hope Road, and, so excited to go do my song. But if I should say so myself, Sang had other things on his mind.
Oh.
So it never worked out, Never worked out.
Make we left it at said never work out. But at the time, you were 16 years old. And you actually did an original song. You're the first person to win with an original song.
Yes.
So you've been writing songs from you're pretty young.
Yes, that song that I won with at 16, I wrote at 13.
Oh.
Wow.
And the name of the song is I'm in love. Dennis, who you was in love with, my girl?
A little boy crying.
One little boy in your class.
Yeah, he lived across the street. He was my mom's friend's son, right? But every time I see him coming out or coming from school, I would run inside and peep at him through the window.
So, did he ever find out that the song was written for him?
Well, years and years later, when we were grown up.
Okay, I couldn't wait to ask you that, Jojo. I could not wait.
You know,
I know, like what this little girl had on her mind.
at 16, when you were writing those songs, who were some of the female artists that you were idolizing at the time? Who did you want to be like?
Well, at that time, we in my household we didn't listen to a lot of reggae. My mom, she played a lot of Motown R&B type things, and I was into the Diana Rosses. But one female artist that I really was into from Jamaica, two of them actually, was Marcia Griffiths and Cynthia Slash. They were the ones that inspired me out of Jamaica, but there were a lot of other like R&B artists that I really gravitated to.
Right. Cynthia Slash, what an excellent singer she was.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. So I know you're very disappointed because the Tough Gang studio experience didn't materialize, right?
Yes.
So you went to the United States when?
Well, I came to the United States in 1983, actually, and I went on to just right away. I started a band.
Right away you started what?
I started a band.
Okay.
And I used to go by the name Goldie. I even entered the Festival Song Contest back in '92 down in Jamaica.
Okay.
As Goldie, the year that Heather Grant won.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I was that girl that the church people were calling about and telling, take her off our video. Take her off our video. She wine up too much. And, it's amazing because my wine wasn't really no wine. I still can't wine to this day. So I don't know what they were fussing about.
So it was a decent wine.
Yeah, I call it my country wine. You see it, right?
Oh my God, you're something else. Anyway, see, this is what I wanted to know. I kind of wanted to know what kind of person you are, and we're working it out very, very slowly, but but surely. All right, so you didn't give up on your musical desires. You went right ahead and you formed a band. So tell us when your next significant musical encounter happened.
Well, throughout the years, let me tell you, I always worked for myself, so I had like businesses like nightclubs and restaurants and hair salons, and the last thing I had was a hair salon. I remember back in 1999, I decided, you know what, I'm sick of this business thing. This is not what I want to do. I started the hair salon in order to have an income while I chased the music, but I was stuck inside the salon. So I decided after a few years to give it up and to move to Florida where I could be close to Jamaica and then go to Jamaica to because they say you have to go to Jamaica if you want boss, right? Mm-hmm. So I went to Jamaica, rented a place and everything, and Ernest Wilson introduced me to Cox and Dodd in 2001, the end of 2001, when I was getting ready to come back home, after almost a year there. And when, I met Cox and Dodd, the day I met him, I made my first song for him. I actually went into his office. Mrs. Dodd was so nice to me. Everybody was wondering, how come Mrs. Dodd so nice to you? You're a woman. She's not nice to women. She don't embrace women like that. So how come, as soon as you come in, she just take to you and send you right back there to Mr. Dodd? So when I went back to see Mr. Dodd, he asked me, he said, do you have something for me to hear? Because I told him, Ernest told me to meet him there, but Ernest was late, right? So he said, do you have something for me to listen? I had the CD in my hand, but I totally forgot I had the CD in my hand. I just started singing something that I was making up in my head. And he told me, he said, go ahead and sit down and in the front with Mrs. Dodd, and we'll talk when Ernest gets here. And 2 hours later, I was making my first song for him.
Wow.
I made 22 songs in 8 months. I stayed with them for 8 months, 22 songs. And, he was in the process of working on my album when he passed.
Did any of them get released?
Well, he released one early on, a cover song that I did called Victim by Candace Staten, and he also did another one called Good Girl Go Bad, which was a reggae track, but it didn't get any promotion, so of course there again it fell by the wayside.
What was it like being around legends such as Sir Cox and Dodd and even Mr. Ernest Wilson, who we said you met and introduced you to Sir Coxon?
Oh my God, it was amazing because I mean, I was full of myself then. Like, I'm working with Cox and Dodd. I did 5 songs with Ernest Wilson because what Mr. Dodd wanted to do, he said, you know what, I want to do a duets album with you and Ernest. And we started working on the album, but after 5 songs, Ernest wasn't showing up. So he decided, he said, you know what, I'm going to do an album with just you. And that's how we ended up doing 22 songs. Out of the 22 songs, also, 2 of them was with Sleepy, Horace Andy. He actually came in the studio one day and you know, heard me singing and asked Mr. Dodd, can I do a song with her? And Mr. Dodd said yes. And I had a song that, you know, was good for 2 people. So we did that song, and when we were finished with it, he asked Mr. Dodd again. He said, can I do another song with her? Mr. Dodd said, Jackson, you have something? You know, he called everybody Jackson, right?
Yeah, right.
He said, Jackson, you have something? He said, no, I'll write something, Mr. Dodd. Mr. Dodd said, you know what, Jackson? Make sure you do the writing, because our pen's stronger than yours.
I agree with him. I agree with Mr. Dodd. Because Jackson sound like him up to something different. But look here, you know. But, you know, you know something though, JoJo? This is a question that I would like to know. After reading a bit of your experiences, especially when you started out at 16 with a perfect opportunity to record, and then Mr. Dodd died after so many albums, and you know, did it ever occur to you that perhaps this is just not going to happen for you?
You know, I never tell myself no, it's never going to happen, but me I wonder who goes to Mr. Williams vote I said, no one, somebody got on Mr. Williams.
It feel Williams-ish. Oh my God. Here's something else. Oh God.
But no, I can't give up because it's like a burning feeling inside me, this music. I can't give up on it no matter what I try. I've done so many other things that I've been successful at and could be truly successful at. But it's the music that I keep coming back to.
Yes. You talk about things that you've been truly successful at. Let us talk about, you also are a presenter, right?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
All right. Well, you know, I didn't study for it or anything, you know, probably like you did, because you're so excellent at what you do, you know, and I could even dream of being a little bit like you. But what happened was, you know, I realized that I wasn't getting my songs played a lot on the radio, and I'm like, you know, I think I'm making good music. Why aren't they playing my songs? And, you know, every time I'm hearing the same 30 people and I'm not in it, you know what I mean? So I started calling up radio stations, and I'm like, what it is that you know, a girl needs to do, you know, who do I need to, you know, to tap in order to get my music played? You know, I wasn't getting any good responses, so I started listening to a lot of radio stations across the world, because I do listen to a lot of radio, and I realized that the one thing that was missing, especially with the foreign stations, was news reports. There were news reports missing from most of the programs. 99% of the programs are missing news reports. So I created an entertainment report called The Buzz with Pistol, and it's mostly about reggae artists and Caribbean artists. And then I also did a headline news report that's mostly about Jamaica and the Caribbean. And I started presenting it to them, you know, and like this was a deal that I presented to them. Look, I noticed you don't have any news on your station. How about I give you the news and you play a JoJo Mac track at the end.
Wow.
As a sponsor track.
Wow, innovative, very innovative.
So now I have like 72 stations across 8 countries. Yes, if you listen to most of the stations in London, I'm the one who present them with the news, you know, who provide them with the news. And so you could hear my songs playing all over London right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how I got into being a presenter, and I'm loving it.
That was very creative.
Very.
Okay, so we're going to take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to come back with the song that I know that was sent to me by my colleague Troy Fenton. And
Yes.
then it will give Beauregard and I a chance to actually talk about it. All right?
All right.
Okay.
It's the Bridge 99 FM.
Your style, your crew, your vibe. They say a lot about you, and so does the rum you choose. Be selective. Experience the new gold standard of rum with Worthy Park Select. 100% copper pot distilled, aged, and blended to perfection. Embrace your selectively curated lifestyle with Worthy Park Select, the new gold standard. Available island-wide. Must be 18 years old to drink. Drink responsibly.
Tell them so we ready for them, ready for them. We are done up 2022. This is some fest, some fest. Our music, our festival. Our music, our festival, our culture. The return lords, so get your tickets now. Online at reggaesomefest.com. Don't sound, tell them so we ready for them, ready for them. Our music, our festival. Get the tickets online at reggaesomefest.com.
COVID-19 is still here. Always wear your mask correctly while in public places, covering your nose and mouth at all times. Masks should never be worn over the head, under your chin, below your nose, or hanging from your ears. Recovery from COVID-19 can take up to 60 days or more. The mask or the ventilator? You choose. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Jamaica, this is the show you've been waiting on. It's Cultural Explosion, every Tuesday 9 to 11 p.m. on The Bridge 99 FM. Join host Andrew Clunis as he takes you on a cultural journey. It's music, dance, art, fashion, food, and so much more. Join us for riveting and thought-provoking conversations with our special guests. And there will be great music to top it off. That's Cultural Explosion, Tuesdays 9 to 11 p.m. on The Bridge 99 FM to the world. Join us as we connect home and abroad straight from yard.
Hi, I'm Ronald Thwaites, and I'm the host of The Public Eye and The Open Mind on The Bridge 99 and Irie Jam in the tri-state area. This program will tell you the truth about life back a yard. Fair, open talk. No gossip, no slander. We want to listen to your concerns. We also want to help you with your problems in JA. We at The Bridge rate you and affirm our oneness as citizens of this blessed land we love. So join us now on Wednesdays on The Bridge, crossing the waters, linking Jamaicans and Jamaican lovers everywhere.
Decades of hits, from the classics to current tracks. You'll find it all on The Bridge 99 FM, the station for everyone.
We're in the fight for life, you know. We're rising up, and some people don't like that. They're afraid of us getting to the top. They know our abilities, and they want us to flop. We have to hold on to the ball, can't let it drop. Fighting for our lives out in the streets. Why do we feel hunted on every beat? They call it law and order, but that's not how I see it. I see my people dying, now I know why they do it. We're fighting for our souls, it's a battle. The rainbow's gold, it's so hard to get to. Some people think this fight is getting really old, but the war never stops, so we get bold. We're rising up, some people don't like that. They're afraid of us getting to the top. They know our abilities and want us to flop. We have to hold on to the ball, can't let it drop. We're rising up, and some people don't like that. They're afraid of us getting to the top. They know our abilities and want us to flop. We have to hold on to the ball, can't let it drop. We can't give up, there's too much to fight for. We break our backs every day, and what for?
So if you've just joined us, we have on the phone none other than JoJo Mac, and you're actually listening to one of her more recent tracks. It's called Fight for Life. So thank you very much for joining us. So that's the one that I have, JoJo.
Yes.
So, Beauregard?
I love the message. I truly,
Yes.
truly love the message in this one. Can't give up.
Yes.
The fight continues. The struggle continues each and every day. You have to remember, say you have the strength to fight for what
That's
is right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. As Beauregard mentioned, the first of all, you have a very distinct voice, and you can sing. You are a singer. You can sing, and not only just that, but your voice is distinct, so you can be distinguished from other voices, which is always a
Right.
good thing to happen. But as Beauregard said, let us just examine the lyrics. It says we're rising up. Some people don't like that. They're afraid of us heading to the top. They know our abilities and want us to flop. We got to hold on to the ball. Can't let it drop. This sounds like a journey of our people.
Exactly, exactly, and that's what it was meant to sound like. Because, living in America, you get to see all of that stuff going on every day in front of you. And, right after the George Floyd thing, which the whole world knows about, there were a lot of other smaller things happening all over the place. Not that they were insignificant, but they weren't so publicized. And, I'm thinking to myself, I saw, I'm not going to call names, but I see some of our top men and women who are, doing great things. They start targeting them. And I realized that, slavery not over,
Absolutely.
It's still here.
Absolutely.
All of that thing is still here. So, we're not free, so to speak.
Absolutely. Did living in the United States heighten your awareness of the struggles of our black people?
Oh, definitely, because when living in Jamaica, you don't get to see that. You don't get to see that firsthand. I've never experienced it myself firsthand, but I've seen it happen in front of me. I've seen it happen with people around me. So, yes, I realize that, equality is not just something that are given to us. We have to fight for it.
Where do you get the strength and the encouragement from to actually tackle issues such as this? I mean, it's not a popular thing to do in this day and age where, artists actually take their time to sit down and pen a song that's speaking to the issues and the reality of what is going on in today's world, because they might feel like it might not get the airplay. How do you continue, or how did you come up with this idea to write this song at this time?
I thought about that, but the idea of writing the song and knowing that, I might not even get the airplay, and knowing that, it might even stop me from getting certain shows if certain people hear it. That wasn't an issue for me because, I feel like, I'm purposed. And the purpose that I have is not just to sing songs for people to dance to and laugh to and whatever. I want to make a difference. I want to make a stamp somewhere along the line in my lifetime, like Bob Marley did, and I appreciate him so much, and I'm like, why not, do what he does?
Right. Here.
He did, actually.
Can I suggest to you, JoJo, that the very thing that you are thinking about, not getting airplay because of the substance, might be the very reason that you will now start to get airplay. Because I really do mean that, because at the end of the day, we want to see someone who stands up for something. We don't want to see someone who just want to sing. As you say, you don't want to sing for people because you want them to like you. You have a mission.
Right, exactly. And you know what? After I wrote that song, I said to myself, you know what? I started something that I'll have to finish, because a lot of my songs, I've written, songs that are like cultural and reality based and stuff, and I've also written a lot of little love songs and dance songs and stuff like that. But after I wrote that song, I'm like, there's no turning back now. I got to keep this journey. So most of my songs now that I'm writing are based on that kind of reality.
Yeah.
For you to even say that you might not get any shows for the message that's in the song, that is a reality. It's happened to artists before back in the past. I believe it was Billie Holiday who faced a lot of situations like that for the song that she made, Strange Fruit, speaking to the injustices of black people being hung and lynched from trees in the South back in the days, and the FBI actually targeted her for, pointing out that message in her performances.
But really,
because
go ahead, JoJo.
Well, I was saying, that, when I look at my life and look at the music and what I want from the music, yeah, I want a big house on the hill and everything, but that's not the legacy that I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for to make an impact. When I'm gone, I don't want people to be walking past the house and say, that was JoJo Mac's house. Yeah, that was JoJo Mac. JoJo Mac didn't live there, so. Yeah, I don't want that.
I love that.
Yeah, I want them to be able to say, listen to JoJo Mac music. It's still doing things in our lives.
Right. I got this song on a compilation CD, and let me just say, when my colleague said to me, I wanted to talk to JoJo Mac, immediately I said to him, yes, I want to talk to her because she do a song named Fight for Your Life where just stood out. So, just be encouraged that there are people out there. At the end of the day, you really want airplay. And it don't have to be from whoever. It can be from whoever. No, sir.
Right? When you told me that he gave you this song that you have to play, I immediately knew what song it was. Yeah. Because I put out an album after Fight for Life. Fight for Life was a single I did for a label called Revolution, right? And he's actually my cousin. I found out he's my cousin recently. The only person I know of in the business that like myself from my family. So, I did that for him. And after that, I put out an album with some dance tracks and stuff. I did a couple of songs with Chaka Demos. One of them is on it. And, that album, I think, is a fantastic album. It's called Get Out the Way. But for some reason, this is a song that keeps coming up.
Yes.
This is a song that keeps coming up. But like I said, that album was written a long time ago. We just redo some of the songs and put it out just so the songs them don't go to waste.
Right.
But no, the journey is different now. It's different now.
Right. Wow. I'm looking at some of the comments on my phone from my friends. One of my friends, who's actually from Clarendon, she has so many laugh emojis, and she says she's very funny. You're very funny for true. But let me ask you this, though. Are you so encouraged by the song Fight for Life that you are now going to really take another leap and forward into the business?
Yeah, man. Listen, I've never backed out at all. Okay. I'm always in it, like pushing my head up to get squeezed up in a door and all them something there. But still I push out my head every time. I haven't stopped. In 2014 I got a big opportunity to sing with Black Uhuru.
Yes. Yes.
I sang with Black Uhuru in 2014. I started, and I thought when I got the opportunity to sing with them, because I had known Ducky for years. He produced an album for me when I was Goldie. Mm-hmm. He produced an album back in the 90s, and when he asked me to sing with him, I told him, I said, you know what, I want to be your opening act. That's the only way I'm going to be singing with you, because I still want to continue my journey as JoJo Mac.
Yes.
So I started singing with them so I could be the opening act for their shows and everything. And, now I'm the girl in Black Uhuru and everything. And, I told myself, wow, me I go to Rasta University. No, yes. I feel like me I go to Rasta University.
So how has that experience been for you? I mean, you're talking about the first recipients of a reggae Grammy.
Yes, and it was a moment of pride for me. I stayed with them for 2 years because I still never got to sing my opening acting. I never get to do the part there. I still love Ducky and love Black Uhuru and everything, but never met me get to sing no song. And so I left because I really wanted to sing. I just didn't want to do background vocals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And while I enjoyed doing that, and jumping up and, flashing my weave and them something there, me really... yes. No, when I flash my weave, I think it's dreadlocks. I'm telling you. It's like that.
All right. Look here now. We know exactly who you are now, JoJo. So I'm going to let my co-host ask the final question, and then we seal off this interview.
Yes.
What should we be expecting in the near future from JoJo Mac?
Well, in the near future, I'm still working on the music. Right now there's a song out, there's an album out there called Get Out the Way that was released this year, and I did not get to tell you. So you need a whole week for this. But I'm also an author. I published my first book, Secrets, Mixed Up Moods and Deadly Attitudes, in 2015, and last year I did part 2 of that book. So called Secrets Unmasked, and I'm working on a third one called Jamaican Gangsta Girl. So yeah, those are some things to look forward to. And I started working on my other album already, my next album. So like I said, it's going to be a lot of conscious, reality-based tunes. You know, somewhat like Fight for Life. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, and I'm looking forward to coming to Jamaica to show off myself to Jamaica, let them get a feel of me, see me, and know me for the first time. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to all of that stuff, and that's what's happening right now. People can find me on YouTube. I have a lot of things going on. I have a thing called From the Couch with JoJo Mac, that I talk about my journey and, other things. And I'm all over Instagram. I need to be more interactive with that as well. But, you can find me online everywhere. JoJo Mac, Bad Singer Girl, them call me. I mean that.
All right. Well, I want to wish you all the best in everything that you are doing and everything you are getting ready to do, from being an artist to a news anchor to a author. Whatever endeavor that you're taking on, we just want to wish you all the best.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And
thank
me
you
too.
guys so much. Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Beauregard. And thank you, Troy Fenton, my brethren. Yeah.
I just got a note from Smart Kids. I know you did some work with him. And he just says, JoJo Mac is a beautiful soul. So we've seen that. Wonderful meeting you. It's just 20 minutes, but we've learned so much about you. You're fun and you're very free. So we just love that. So
thank you. It was my pleasure.
Our pleasure too. So, Beauregard.
Always some interesting interviews going on here, Mama Kelly.
Yes, absolutely. So now when we see the name JoJo Mac, we have a vivid picture in our minds.
Yes.
That makes a difference.
And I have some music to go acquire as well.
Yes.